The gym pulsed with energy that Friday afternoon, buzzing with the anticipation of the first pep rally of the school year. Students packed into the bleachers, waving signs, shouting chants, and clapping along to the beat of the drumline. It was loud, chaotic, and alive. Under the glaring gym lights, the cheerleading squad stood in formation, ready to perform. Maya stood at the far left of the front row. She was new, not just to the squad, but to the entire school. Having transferred from Virginia the week before, she was still learning names and navigating unfamiliar hallways. Her uniform fit neatly, and her braids were tied back into a crisp ponytail. She wore a confident expression, but her eyes kept scanning the crowd. She wasn't nervous about performing. That part was easy. What made her heart beat a little faster was the tension she'd felt from her own team since day one. The other girls had been polite at first, but it was fake, especially from Chelsea, the team captain. Blonde, sharp-featured, and used to being the center of attention, Chelsea didn't like how quickly Maya had stood out. She had nailed tryouts with near-perfect form, and the coach even praised her for bringing new energy to the squad. That praise didn't sit well with Chelsea or her two closest friends, Jenna and Lacey, who had been on the squad for years. During the performance, Maya executed every move with precision, smiling through each count. The crowd loved her, she could feel it. But when the routine ended and the team filed into the locker room, the atmosphere shifted. As Maya opened her locker, a sickly sweet smell hit her. Her shoes, the ones she had set out perfectly before practice, were soaked, dripping with orange soda. A soggy piece of notebook paper was stuffed inside one, the ink smudged but still legible. "Go flip back to where you came from." Maya stared at the mess for a moment, her breath shallow. Her hands curled into fists, but she didn't let her expression change. Around her, the other girls snickered quietly behind lockers. She could feel their eyes on her. She calmly grabbed paper towels and cleaned the mess, then reached for the backup shoes she always kept in her bag. Worn but still functional, she laced them up, tied her ponytail a little tighter, and walked out of the locker room without saying a word. The next day at practice, things got worse. Chelsea loudly accidentally left Maya out of the group count while the others laughed, when she had to adjust mid-routine. Jenna whispered something Maya couldn't hear, followed by more laughter. And when the team split into stunt groups, Chelsea walked right past Maya as if she didn't exist. But Maya kept her focus. Her movements were sharp. She listened, adjusted, and executed every move with perfect form. She didn't rise to their bait. Not yet. Later that evening at home, Maya sat at the kitchen table, her body sore, her spirit tired. Her father, Chief Malik Bennett, quietly observed her from across the table. Years of elite Navy SEAL training had made him incredibly perceptive. He could read people like maps, and tonight Maya was clearly holding something in. "You're quiet," he said gently. "Something happened at school?" Maya looked down for a moment, then met his eyes. "Just some girls being mean, trying to make me feel like I don't belong." Chief Bennett didn't flinch. He leaned back slightly, his eyes steady. "And do you?" "I know I belong," she said softly. He nodded, satisfied. "Good. You come from a line of warriors who didn't wait for permission. Let them talk. Let them laugh. You keep moving forward. Strength doesn't argue, it just shows up." Maya smiled faintly, the fire in her belly slowly returning. She was tired of being silent. And next time they tried her, she wouldn't just hold her ground. She'd take the lead. The night of homecoming arrived, and the entire school was buzzing. Students poured into the stadium, their faces painted in school colors, clutching signs and flashing camera lights. The bleachers were packed tight, and parents, staff, and alumni filled the stands. The energy was electric. Maya stood just off, the track with the cheer squad, stretching quietly as the halftime show neared. Her braids shimmered under the stadium lights, and her eyes remained locked on the field. Not the crowd, not the other girls. She had one goal: to show them she belonged. Chelsea, standing a few feet away, leaned in close with a smirk. "Hope you can keep up this time, newbie," she whispered, loud enough for a few others to hear. "Would be a shame to mess up in front of the whole school and your daddy." Maya didn't flinch. She simply adjusted her wristbands, stood tall, and got into formation. The music blasted through the speakers. The crowd roared as the cheerleaders burst into motion, flipping and shouting, flying through the routine with energy and fire. Everything was going smoothly until halfway through the final stunt sequence. Chelsea, who was supposed to assist Maya on a lift, suddenly shifted out of place just as Maya leaped into the air. It was a setup meant to make her stumble, fall, and humiliate her in front of everyone. But Maya had trained harder than anyone knew. Her instincts kicked in. Mid-air, she readjusted her center, redirected her body, and landed the flip. Solo. And not just landed, it was flawless. She struck the final pose with precision and strength, holding it steady as the crowd erupted. In cheers, everyone had seen it. They had seen what Chelsea tried to do, and how Maya handled it with strength and grace. As the girls walked off the field, catching their breath and gulping water, an announcement came over the speakers. "Please, welcome to the field tonight's guest of honor, Chief Petty Officer Malik Bennett, retired United States Navy SEAL." Gasps and applause echoed through the crowd as Maya's father walked across the field in his dress uniform, straight-backed, his presence commanding without needing to speak a word. He took the microphone at center field. "Tonight, I was asked to say a few words about courage," he began, his voice calm and steady, "but I think you've all already seen it." He turned and looked directly at Maya. Courage isn't about rank or medals. It's about staying calm when things go wrong, about rising when someone tries to push you down. It's about standing tall, even when no one claps. The stadium went still. Even Chelsea couldn't meet his eyes. After the rally, the principal called Maya aside. "We saw everything. The school has a zero-tolerance policy. You've shown nothing but discipline and leadership." Chelsea was removed from the team the next day for repeated unsportsmanlike behavior, while Maya was promoted to co-captain. When Maya walked into practice the following week, the room was different. There was a hush of respect. No one questioned her place. No one whispered. Her father sat quietly in the stands, arms crossed, watching. When she caught his eye, he simply gave her a small nod. Not the loud kind of praise, but the kind that meant everything. She nodded back, because she didn't just survive the storm, she became it.